Welcome to today's course. Welcome to ICARA in 2023, where we provide practical examples and stress testing scenarios. We are explaining the difference between ICAP, ILAP, and ICARA. In other words, what is the difference between an internal capital adequacy assessment process, the liquidity assessment, and the risk assessment process. Our workshop includes presentations like this one, self-study material where you can cover the whole material, test questions, 10 test questions for you to ensure that we have covered and understand the learning material, and as per CySEC directives in order to give you our CPD certifications. What you will learn from this course, of course, our aim is to equip you with necessary knowledge and guide us on the preparation of your annual ICARA report, prepare you to conduct stress testing scenarios and as per the regulatory framework. We would like to offer you the opportunity through practical examples to acquire knowledge and answer test questions. You will also get a certificate of 5 CPD hours. Our content of this course includes introductory provisions, the differences between the ICARA, ICAP, and ILAP. ICARA report and guidance, how you can create it, the internal governance that we have to cover, the risk management framework, the risk assessment, and the risk register that you have to input and add in your report, the regulatory framework which is applicable to base your report, the investment firms regulation and directive, which is the latest one, ICARA report including the risk management framework, the practical examples, stress testing, and capital planning. We are guiding you through creating your report, and hopefully this course will actually help you for doing so. We are going through ICARA, ICAP, and ILAP within this section. Within this section, we are going to discuss what is the ICARA, the 3 pillars of Basel II, the Pillar 2, ICARA and the SREP, the 3 processes, the ICARA, ICAP, and ILAP, what is ICAP, what is ILAP, the implementation of ICARA principles that we need to follow, application methods and levels, and methodology steps. Finally, we are discussing the implementation of the ICARA and the success factors. What is ICARA? Following the Investment Services and Activities Law, which is the main law of the CIFs, the Cyprus Investment Firms, the CIFs are required to have in place sound and effective strategies and processes. Why? They need to assess and maintain at all times on continuous basis the capital they hold, the liquidity levels they have. Why? In order to consider themselves adequate on capital and be insolvent. Therefore, we need to consider that we need to cover adequate levels of capital and liquidity to cover risks that are arising and these risks that the company might be exposed to. However, we need to do an assessment in order to understand which risk the company is exposed to and how we can preserve the position of the CIF. This can be by quantitative methods, by qualitative methods. Quantitative is, of course, tangible capital savings, qualitative mitigation actions. Therefore, these strategies and processes shall be reviewed, of course, either on continuous basis when we have material changes, can be on annual basis. In other words, it can be regular review. Why? To ensure that all the procedures and strategies we implement in the CIF are considered comprehensive and proportionate to the nature, scale, and complexity of the CIF. If there are changes, we need to address them, and they have to remain current. Report. Within this section, we are discussing risk management framework and practical examples how you can create your own stress testing and capital planning. Within this section, we are discussing risk management framework, stress testing, capital planning, and the next steps forward, the action plan that you need to include within your report. Proposed ICARA reports and contents. We have so far discussed the executive summary, the business background, CIF internal governance, and now we are going to discuss the risk management framework, the stress testing, capital planning, calculation, and allocation of Pillar 2, and the next steps forward. Risk management framework. We need to have in place risk governance, policies and procedures, specific aspects of each risk, the risk assessment itself, where we are analyzing Pillar 1 risks, risks to client, risk to market, risk to firm as per the new regulatory framework, risk not fully covered in Pillar 1, including concentration risks, Pillar 2 risks that can include liquidity risk, reputational risk, business risks, legal compliance risk, and strategic risk. Finally, we will discuss the risk register. I can build